Christina. If you're returning to my kitchen, welcome back. If you're here for the first time, welcome. And please make sure to subscribe for regular videos on recipe ideas for any day of the week. Today I'm making maple apple meatballs served on a bed of spaghetti squash. Maple syrup gives them a sweet taste, and the Granny Smith apples give them a juicy texture. Great in flavor and low in calories, I hope this recipe will make it into your regular recipe rotation. I'll get started next and show you the steps. So these meatballs are super lean because they're made with ground turkey. I'm going to start by dicing my onion and my apple with a little handy tool that I love to use. It's a little hand chopper. And this helps my aging hands from wear and tear. So let's get started. Actually, before I start prepping everything, I'm going to preheat my oven to 350. All right, so for the eggs, I cracked 2 eggs in this bowl. However, I removed one of the yolks. All right, so my meatballs are nicely mixed and blended together. And what I'm going to do next is I have sheet pans that I placed parchment paper down on. What I'm going to do is use this cookie scoop and make meatballs. About 2 of these will equal 1/4 of a cup. So this is about the size you want right here. right, so as you could see here, this recipe makes about 25 meatballs. Next, they go into the oven and they're going to bake for about 30 to 35 minutes. All right, so while my meatballs are baking, I am going to prepare my spaghetti squash. And I'm going to cut it in half and remove the seeds, and then I'm going to rub a little bit of olive oil on it, sprinkle it with salt and pepper, throw it in the oven at 425 for about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on your oven. I start taking a look at it at the 20-minute mark. If it's too overdone, you won't end up with the nice texture that the squash will develop, which ends up looking like spaghetti. All right, so my meatballs have been baking for about 20 minutes, and I'm going to check their internal temperature really quick. I'd like them to be at 165 minimum. Once they're at 165, they're ready to go. Well, I am definitely ready to go here, so I'm going to pull them out. The meatballs are done and they look fantastic. Next, I'm going to put in my spaghetti squash. Next, I'm going to make the glaze that I like to serve with my meatballs and the spaghetti squash. Once your glaze is at a boil, stir it and turn it down to a low simmer and let it simmer for 5 to 10 minutes so that it thickens up a bit. All right, so my glaze has been simmering for about 15 minutes and it has reduced by half and it has thickened up perfectly. So next I'm going to remove it from the burner and let it cool a little bit and get ready to plate my meatballs. The spaghetti squash is set and I roasted it for 30 minutes at 425, and you know when it's ready when your knife goes in easily but still has a teeny bit of pull. That'll ensure that once you shred it and pull all the meat out, that you'll have nice little spaghetti strands. I love this dish because it's a healthy alternative to the traditional meatball recipe and it's full of flavor. And I could go in there and pick up some of the squash, and the squash really complements all the flavors. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, share with a friend, and subscribe for more great recipe ideas. Thanks so much. See you next time.